I'm not gonna be able to process that for a few more weeks, I don't think. It's a little scary how time is passing by so quickly. I'm not gonna think too much about that right now. Um, it's such beautiful weather outside. It's finally snowing, and the ironic thing is that it started snowing right after New Year's. So the holiday season is over and that's when we get snow. What is happening to me? But I'm really craving to go to a shopping mall. I usually do prefer going to thrift stores, vintage stores, and what I actually need is a little bag. I have quite a lot of events planned for this year. I noticed that what's missing from my wardrobe is just like a going out little bag. I have tried thrift stores because before I was going to orchestras and I was just struggling to decide what bag to take with me. So I want to fix this little issue. And of course I'm taking a book, as always. I'm still reading this. I don't know what's happened to me, but this year I've really struggled with reading. I feel like this is really taking me out of my slump. I'm way over halfway through, so maybe even this weekend I can try and finish it. I love this. I will talk about it more probably later, but I really wish I had read this sooner. But good to read it now as well. Made a little cozy corner for myself to start my 2025 pages. I couldn't decide if I want to start a new journal because it seems very appropriate for the new year, but I kind of don't want to be wasteful because I've never done this before either. I never started a new journal just because it's a new year. I also started this one at the beginning of February. The idea is very tempting because I do have my next journal ready and it's beautiful. I'm gonna stick with finishing this one because it's also very beautiful. I'm seeing it often, so I lose my appreciation for it. So I want to make a page that marks that the new year has begun. Have these stickers from AliExpress. I think I'm gonna do a little page of reflection on 2024 with like my favorite memories and songs and books. And then also what seemed really fun, I saw this on Pinterest, is this little bingo. So I need to think of a lot of things that I will put in this bingo and kind of complete that. That's just a silly, goofy little thing. I also want to do separate pages of all the movies I've seen and the books I've read. So I think I'm gonna do that. That could be a little bit messy when I do start my new journal because then I have to go back to this journal to finish off about this year, but I think I can manage. Today I'm thinking of going to the art academy because they have a exhibition of the students' work, and I've been seeing so many TikToks and so many advertisements of it on Instagram as well. And today's the last day. They have this, I don't even know what to call it, because you can buy these art pieces. I'm not gonna buy anything, I'm just interested to see the art, and I've also just never been there. So I just want to take the advantage and go. What secured my want to go is I saw a TikTok of tote bags they have there, and those tote bags have on them. So I just want to browse. I got a new lip pencil yesterday because this one is my go-to favorite every day, so I got it in a different color. Okay. It's so fun being a girl. That was great. The building, stunning. I did saw the bags, but it was 130 euros, so the bag I did not get because it was 130 euros. So unfortunately, it's not going to be one of my possessions. However, I did manage to get a bag for myself. It's exactly what I had in mind. So with this outfit as well. And then afterwards, of course, I had to go to a coffee shop to read, because what else am I gonna do? I don't know. I do this every chance I get, but I think there's just something so charming about going to a coffee shop. I love it so much. I love trying out new ones. I do take always pretty much the same drinks, but just switch up the location. I just wanted to quickly talk about this book because I can't stop thinking about how I wish I had read this sooner, because it's so relatable, and a lot of these things I have already gone through and kind of worked through. When on a lot of things and thoughts and situations, I feel like so isolated, and I feel like I'm the only one going through things like that. And this just, not a single original experience. It's just about Amy and how her whole life until her 40s even, she has centered romantic love in the middle of her whole life. Like, she centers it around everything. Solo travel, moving, friendships, everything she sees through a lens of romantic love, and she's kind of working through that. And I used to do that. I'm gonna read maybe a few things I have underlined. You're so young. You will hear it in every decade of your life, but each time you will shake your head and think, no, even though it's you who now finds yourself saying this to younger women. Exactly. I think I have definitely said this before to my friends, to my younger sisters, but I acknowledge that if someone said that to me, I would absolutely be like, no. How might I resist always wanting, scanning the future for the next unbearable absence that I must resolve, giving in to the emotional occupation of wanting instead of valuing what is? I've done this before. I don't do this anymore, but I used to do it all the time. I would think, when I have this, I will be happy. When I have this, I will be happy. And so it just goes on and on and on. And it's hard to catch yourself doing this, but when you do, And another really relatable thing in this book was how she talked about how she felt guilty about just going on a vacation and doing nothing, just going swimming and eating, drinking, and doing nothing else. And I am still working through this myself. Every time I go traveling, I feel like I have to do and see as much as possible. Just going on a all-inclusive or just going somewhere to just enjoy not having to clean and cook and do all these things doesn't feel right to me. And I would also feel guilty if I felt like I had not done enough on my vacation or on my holiday. Finding the sweet spot between gently pushing yourself to do things that could be wonderful and allowing yourself to do absolutely nothing takes work and practice. A holiday should include a break from self-punishment as well as a break from work and the expectations of others. I feel like for every girl, for every woman, this may be just a nice thing to read if you want to not feel alone in your thoughts and your struggles. Almost like a helpful conversation with a friend.